This looks appetizing, doesn't it? A mug of hot chocolate, 4 pieces of buttered toast, and some chocolate chip cookies from Chips Ahoy. Here's the package. Oh wait, that's Chipmates. I'm sorry, it's Chipmates, not Chips Ahoy. I'm sorry I lied to you all. But yes, it's very delicious. It's that wonderful time of year. It's about Christmas. Actually, in a couple days I'm going to get to see a movie in theaters out of school. And life couldn't possibly be better. Except I, just watched Troll 2. Hi, I'm Jack, and I look like a lumberjack. And I'm also reviewing Troll 2. This movie is often considered by many to be the worst film ever made, ever. And for good reason. And while I will not say that it is the worst film ever, things like Manos, the Hand Fate would have to take that prize, I can definitely see what they mean because this movie totally blows. Woo! Okay, so this movie, in the beginning I was just taking notes just because every single thing was ridiculous, but it got a little tedious as I was pausing every 30 seconds to write something down. But yeah, this movie... Okay, I'm going to give you examples. In the beginning, this Grandpa Seth is talking to the kid, Joshua, about a story with goblins. And so he's talking about goblins, they're evil, la 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 la. And then the title pops up and it says, Troll 2. And you go... And if you read up on it, it's actually because this movie was originally titled Goblin, which is completely unoriginal, but at least it makes sense. However, the people who were obviously out of their minds when they made this decision, they decided that they wanted a sequel to Troll. Yes, Troll. That's a review for another day, but it's not much better than this movie. And you know those movies where the characters are running away from something and the thing is moving real slowly? Like in the Mummy sequels, when the mummy's like... and somehow the people still get caught? They show this guy sprinting away from goblins, and these goblins are like hopping along, like... and they still catch him! And admittedly, that's because he does a barrel roll and knocks himself out. Oh yeah, they play the barrel roll like 3 times. I'm not sure if they wanted like to look like he was rolling over 3 times, or if it was just such an exciting moment they had to capture it. And then this woman finds him and she has painted on freckles, but she's actually a goblin, and she's feeding him something so that green juice drips down his face. Oh, I'm sorry, chlorophyll starts sweating from his pores because he's turning into a half plant, half man, because the goblins are vegetarians. And you know what? As awful as this movie is so stupid and it's so funny. Credence is like my favorite character from a movie ever. It's mind-boggling how awful she is, and I wonder if she just realized that the script was like the worst thing ever written, and she decided to ham it up a lot. But yeah, Credence is awesome because she's so terrible. Everything in this movie is like that. They're eating her, and then they're going to eat me. Oh my god! This is kind of a famous quote from this movie. And you know what? The guy who does that, he's actually probably the best actor in the movie. Yeah, that famous, awful quote is probably by the best actor in the entire film. Okay, so let's list some very interesting things. Okay, this kid is talking to his grandpa who's been dead for 6 months, and he's talking about how there's goblins everywhere. Obviously, this kid is like a schizophrenic 14 years too early. His parents are absolutely horrible parents, so I don't blame him. His mom, while they're in the car, she gets mad at the daughter, who, by the way, she's lifting weights, supposed to be impressive at one point. If it's not fake, the weights looked like it was about 10 pounds total with the bar. I mean, seriously, I'm a weakling and I could lift more than that. But then, while they're in the car, and the woman gets mad at the daughter because she's yelling at her dad because there's a guy she likes, but he didn't show up for an hour and a half because he's with his friends all the time, and she doesn't want him to be with her friends, and driving me insane. Anyway, she turns to the kid and she's like, Joshua, sing that song I like so much. She's like, I don't feel like singing. She goes, please, Joshua. And he goes, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. And everyone starts singing because that's the song she likes so much. And oh yeah, and then the dad. Okay, so this kid pees on all this food that has green silly putty on it, which everything that turns you into plant, it looks like green silly putty, by the way. But everyone's about to eat it, and his grandpa freezes time. And you know, why can't he just like make the goblins blow up? If he has the power to freeze time for 30 seconds, why can't he like blow up the goblins? That doesn't mess up time or physics or anything. But anyway, so the kid pees on all food to make everyone stop. Dad takes him up to his room and he's like, "You can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it." Oh yeah, did I mention that the town is called Nilbog? Oh wait, you don't understand what significance has? It's goblin spelled backwards! Oh my god! It's not obvious at all. And the awkwardness in this movie is like off the charts ridiculous. There's a scene where that druidess, Credence, she turns into a beautiful woman by using her powers, and she seduces this guy who came along with Elliot, who's the girl's boyfriend and stuff, and she doesn't want to be with her friends, and okay, anyway. This guy gets seduced by her with an ear of corn. It's so weird. Oh, there's a great scene where there's this girl running away from the goblins, and this one of those friends, the guy, says, "They're eating her, then they're going to eat me." Oh my god! Yeah. But there's a scene when he meets this girl who's running away from the goblins, and then he goes up to the goblins and he's like shaking his finger at him, and "You're not going to do anything, and here's what's going to happen." Yeah, that's not one of those finer acting moments, but goblin diplomacy, you know, it's not like he's dealing with anything weird here. It's not like he's dealing with these little dwarfs with Halloween masks on or anything, carrying wooden sticks with vaguely pointy things on the ends. And by the way, the sheriff has a fucking shotgun, okay? If the sheriff has a shotgun, why in the world are they carrying sticks with taped on vaguely pointy things on them? Oh, there's a scene where this guy's on fire, and you can see his hands are the suit, the fireproof suit, and he's noticeably bigger because they have the clothes on over the fire suit, and you never see his face or anything. And the goblins after that, they're like, because his skin burns away and he's revealed to be a goblin. Bum bum bum. And so then the family's like backing up, and the goblins are like, "You killed one of our own. Now it's time for you to do the same." You know, or something along those lines. This movie has awful, awful, awful dialogue. Like, does the guy who wrote it, like, did he even have a grasp on the English language? But this family's backing away, like, real slowly, like, "Oh my gosh. Huh, huh, huh." And people just stand there. They let him go in the house. Like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna kill you, but we'll let you back away as we stare ominously at you." I would highly recommend this movie for its comedy value, or if you want to prank a friend. This is a wonderful movie for a movie night because it's terrible. Just plain terrible. As a movie, judging how well they actually did making a film, this movie is 0 out of 10. It's like negative 100 out of 10. But judging it on its comedy value, I would give it a 9 out of 10. This movie is really funny just because it's so bad. Honestly, the worst parts of the movie, in terms of watching them and not liking them, were where it looked like it was trying to be funny, which didn't work because it was badly written, and when it tries to be funny, it's not. It's when it's trying to be serious that it's hilarious. But yeah, anyway, this review's too long, and that's Troll 2. I recommend it if you like awful, awful, awful movies. I will have more reviews up. I've just been swamped with stuff to do, like plays and homework and all else. So, been a while, but I am trying to keep up. So, that's Troll 2. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.